actually reading the article together or looking at the sentences together means you can ask for opinion, you can get discussion. It gives you the input into, oh, this is what my staff is thinking. Oh, there's a person who knows a lot about this. They could be useful for sharing about it. Or I'll work in the room with them and we might be able to develop something for the staff together. So that over time you will build it.
And you do need that structure from management. If they're not giving you collegiate visit times for all the staff to move out of their classrooms and to go and visit modelling and to see, if that's not happening, then that has to be true. If you have that ready, then there might be more chance the principal or the leadership will be more negotiable if they see that you've got a detailed plan and they can actually see an action.
Yeah.
It might help.
Principals also are hearing this information about the role of a principal in a school that's an AIZ school, and what you're talking to them about will not be foreign, because at PRIN meetings there is discussion around these issues. Because across the northern region we're wanting to build capacity of staff and lift data, lift student data, and we build our capacity in order to be more effective as teachers. Sarah, I'll slip on a little bit and I'll come back. Recently Sarah Glover said this, better teaching leads to better outcomes. Remember we had the slide in the first week, what teachers do makes a difference. What we say and what we do is worthwhile and valuable, but does make a difference. And that Sarah's observation there leads exactly to the points that you're making. Now, Daryl, haven't forgotten, you were going to share something with us.
It's probably where the conversation's gone. John and I were just talking about the level of complexity of the imprints. Like that first one, Sue blew out the candles and got presents. It's pretty obvious.
That leads me on to, and I was asked, oh, we use 3-level guides, is that okay? Of course it's okay. But my response, again, the devil's advocate is, but we use terminology, but do we really teach and do we really check? Like we use this terminology, read between the lines, think beyond the text, what the author wants me to know. They were the things that you said to me at the start, this is what inference is. We can reel off, it's this, it's this, it's this, but I don't know if you agree with me, but I'm putting forward the argument that we haven't really been teaching as explicitly as we need to. And neither have we can't really assume that all our staff has the depth of understanding around some of these issues that we're talking about. So yes, use 3-level guides, but don't let it be just the little sayings that are not actually transferred into practice and deep understanding. Also, if every teacher across the school is only saying 3-level guides and those 3 questions that come with it, it could be a little boring for students. Also, for teachers, we want a repertoire, an understanding of each of these strategies and a repertoire of ways to use them and match them to each student. Who, for how long, which students, etc. Change over time. Now, I'm going to show you some material that could be helpful. A little controversial in some ways, but Lena and I had a long discussion about it. But I need to explain something to you first, and Daryl has some insight in this as well. When you start working with Patrick, and some of you have heard Patrick Griffin talk, he speaks about the reliability of AIM, of things like torch, dart. He looked at probe, and he looked at, I know he looked at torch, dart and AIM, he may have looked at something else. He's a psychometrician, that's his job and his role. He analysed each of these to look at their reliability in showing growth of student development in relation to comprehension skills. He says that AIM traditionally, I don't know if he's done NAPLAN from 2008, but AIM, torch and dart do have high reliability for measuring where you are here and where you are here. It's April, and is it November if you're going to use the progress tests? October. Between April and October, or February and August, whatever it is at your school, these have high reliability in measuring the growth. We're going to look at some probe materials here. Patrick feels they do not have the same degree of reliability for measuring growth. but we are going to look at them as teaching materials, not as measurement materials. This is a different purpose. The progress tests fit in here, high reliability of measuring growth, and the progress test is going to be used in AIZ to measure that growth. But I needed to clear that up for you because we're going to look at some probe materials as a teaching aspect. In relation to that, Daryl's got some insight as well about reliability of and measuring change over time. Do you want to share that, Daryl?